Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are doing well, and I'm back with another video on Collided Worlds. This time I'm going to be going over the blue set of the Wave 2 Playtest cards, and I'm going to start once again with the action cards and then work through all the different units as well. So let's get into it. The first one is Strategize. This is a very basic action card, 3 cost, just draws 2 cards. Pretty simple. Blue likes to draw cards, and so that's the most basic of all of them. Next is Negate Action, 2 cost action that has the reaction ability. Each color has at least one of these, which is a card that you can play when your opponent does something. In this case, when your opponent plays an action, you get to negate the effect of that action card. Pretty nice to have. Next is Pondering, a 1 cost action for blue that lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and rearrange them in any order. It's a pretty basic card that allows you to kind of manipulate the top of your deck a little bit. Up next is Psychic Repulsion, a 3 cost action that lets you return a unit to its owner's hand. Notably, you can return any unit, not just your opponent's or your own, so you can return one of your units to make space on your board for a stronger character, or return one of your opponent's units to their hand. It's a pretty versatile card. Next is Dreamwalk. Yes, like the Wander the Dreamscapes card in the Make Your Own card game, I've got a version of it in here. This is a 2 cost action that lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put those cards on the top or bottom of your deck in any way you like, and then draw a card. So this is another nice little piece of card selection if you want it. Another very useful card for card draw is Recon. 4 cost action lets you look at your opponent's hand, then discard as many cards as you like from your hand and draw that many cards plus 1. So this can also easily replace itself if you want to. So you'll be able to draw a lot of cards and see what your opponent's hiding in their hand. It's pretty nice. Up next is Teleport, a 5 cost action which lets you return a unit you control to your hand, then put a unit from your hand other than the chosen unit into play. So you can't replay the unit you just took back to your hand, but you can, if you have another unit that's stronger, for example, you can just immediately play that by swapping them around. You don't gain AP for this, but it is kind of useful if you want to switch your units in and out if you want. Next is Fix It, a 3 cost action that lets you return an action card from your discard pile to your hand. So if you got some nice action cards in your discard pile that you want back, this can let you return those to your hand. The final action card for blue is Psychic Exchange. This is a 5 cost action that lets you count the total number of cards in both players' hands. You divide that total by the number of players, and then each player shuffles their hand to their deck and draws that many cards. It's a pretty interesting little card, I think it is. And now we're getting on to the units, and starting off with the blue archetype, it's the machines. We're starting off with Worker Drone, who awards 5 action points when played, and he has 200 CP, backup plus 100. Basic card for the archetype, but still pretty useful to have for its ability to give you 5 action points. Cannon Drone, who's a machine that has 700 CP, but it only gives you 1 action point when played. So this is more of an attacking machine if you want to have that. Here's Shield Drone, a machine that gives 2 action points and has 800 CP. But this unit cannot attack, so it's more of a blocking unit. So you'll want to play it on defense in case your opponent attacks you. Next is Spy Drone, a machine that gives 100 CP, gives 3 action points, and when you play it, you get to look at your opponent's hand. So it's another way of looking at your opponent's hands other than Recon. And then there's Shield Wall, which gives 2 action points, has 500 CP, and you can attack with it, but if this unit happens to block, you get to draw a card with it, which is pretty nice. Up next is Jake, who is not a machine, but he has an ability that when you play him, you get to look at the top 4 cards of your deck and grab a machine from them to put to your hand. He also has backup plus 200, which is pretty nice. If you want to attach it to one of your machines to give it a little boost, you can do that. Final machine is M56 Menace. He doesn't give any action points, but he has a massive 1000 CP, so he's a pretty strong machine if you want to play it. Next, we have a bunch of characters who aren't machines but are still in the blue that you can play. Paranormal Researcher. It gives you 3 action points, has 100 CP, and when you play him, you get to draw a card. While it's a weaker character, it can easily replace itself when you play it. Psychic Kid gives 4 action points and has 300 CP, so it's another basic little character. You have Matt, who is a hero who gives 2 CP, has 2 action points, but has 300 CP, and the Evasive ability, which is Blue's signature ability, basically stating the unit cannot be attacked except by units with Evasive. So you can easily attack with him, but your opponents can't attack him back unless they use a character with Evasive. Up next is Fuya, who gives 4 action points, has 100 CP, backup plus 200, which is nice as well. And when you play her, you get to look at the top card of your deck, and you have the option of putting that card on the top or bottom of your deck. So it's another piece of top deck manipulation if you want to have it. Up next is Chase, another hero with Evasive. This one only gives 1 action point, but has 500 CP, making him a little more powerful than Matt. Up next is Arrow, Delta Warrior Arrow to be specific. Plus 2 action points, and has 600 CP, and a really unique ability to shuffle itself back into your deck. So if Arrow's taking a bunch of damage, you can use her ability to shuffle her into the deck, and then put something else down that's a bit stronger. It's a pretty nice ability to have. Up next, we have the 2 Psychic Brothers. We got Scion here. 500 CP, gives 1 action point, and an automatic ability that at the start of each of your turns, you get to look at the top card of your deck, and then you get to put it on the top or bottom of your deck. So it's like Fuya, who I've shown previously. But this one you can use at the start of every turn, not just the turn he comes into play, which is kind of nice. And then the other of the Psychic Brothers, Enoch, is here. Pretty much the same stats as Scion, but he has a different ability. It's an automatic ability that states your opponent's action cards cost an extra action point to use. So against opponents who play a lot of action cards, you can set this out, and then it can force your opponent to have to pay more to use their actions. And then finally is arguably the most powerful of the blue cards. This is Azula, Queen of the Deep. It's a dragon. It's the blue dragon. As I've said in previous videos, every color has one of these dragons in it, and this is blues, and I think it's the most powerful. Like all dragons, it doesn't give any action points when you play it, but it does have a lot of power and a good effect. 800 CP is the lowest of the dragons, in fact, but it has the most useful ability of them all. When you play it, you get to return all opposing units to their owner's hand, so it's a nice little board wipe to have on a unit, making it arguably the most powerful of the dragons. And that's about all I have for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed. And the next video in this little series is going to be the final one, at least covering the playtest cards. I'm obviously going to have a few more Collided Worlds videos as I get closer to release of this game. I've already started working on the green cards, so those will be the next ones I show off. And definitely comment below which of these cards you're most excited to play. In the left corner, you can subscribe if you want to, and in the right corner, I've got a playlist covering the other videos in this series if you want to check those out as well. I'll see you in whatever video I upload next, and take care.